Shalom. GMS Holland sit downs coming with a lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS for teaching us this truth. Peace and salutations to the elect. Is pushing His word in sincerity and in truth all over the four corners of the earth. What I want to speak on is the thing that's happening in Houston. You know, basically, whenever there's chaos, whenever there's a storm or hurricane, the aftermath of all the chaos can lead to Esau basically stepping in, man. You know, you had it in Haiti too, when there was this nature disaster in Haiti, and niggas starting to rape bitches, man, on the street. You know, because everyone is looking for food, everyone is basically trying to survive because their houses are broken down through the storm. You know, all kinds of things have happened. So I read an article that they want to implement martial law in Houston, man, and they want to have a curfew. I believe the curfew was from 9 or 10 till like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to prevent people taking basically power in their own hands and go out in the night time to steal and to rob. You know, so they want to implement martial law, which is basically the oppressing sword. The oppressing sword of Esau, the so-called white man. And the scriptures go into it. And basically, you know, we're going to read a couple of scriptures and build upon it. So this is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey is departed not. Exactly. And this speaks about America, man. You know, America is the bloody city wherein the prey does not depart, man. There are always killings. There are always deaths. And the majority of killings was of the Negros, Latinos, and Indianos.
Murders.
Yeah, murders, man. Unrighteous killings are murders. So the majority of their murders was our people, man. You know, the Native Americans to begin with. You know, wherewith they slaughtered more than 600 million, more than 600 million Native Americans. You know, so that's the bloody city, man. That's the bloody city, and our bones, the bones of our ancestors, are basically under all those buildings, man.
They built America of blood, man. They built America of, like the brother said, the rape, rob, and the murder, man. Of exactly. Our people, man. The Israelites, the Negros, Latinos, and Indianos.
Exactly. Yeah, man. And you know, Esau be doing these rituals, man. During slavery, when a slave master was sick, they put down a Jake child, and they would step on the child, and they believed that they would get better, or the disease would go into the child. You know, so you already know that when they build upon our bones, that they believe that it's gonna have that same effect. Also, they did it in France too. Yeah, they did it in France too, and you can see that in that movie. What's that movie? As Above, So Below. That movie is about they go into hell through these tunnels that are under Paris. You got all these tunnels under Paris, and they want to dig into hell. But when you watch that movie, you're gonna see satanic rituals in these tunnels. You know, and when they walk through these tunnels, they grab the walls, and all of a sudden they look at the walls and they see they are all bones and skulls and shit. And then they run, and then they hear these, you know, when Esau making these fucking demonic sounds. You know that? They heard that, and they looked in this room and they saw a ritual going on. And then all of a sudden they go further and further in these tunnels, and then they end up in hell. Okay, so that's a good movie to watch, man. That's how you can see that Esau really builds upon our bones and upon our blood, man.
What's the name of the movie? As Up?
As above, so below.
As above, so below.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy movie, man. When I was in the world, I watched it in the cinema with these niggas, man. Making a whole chaos in the fucking cinema. Anyway, so that's a good movie to check out.
Because Esau really thinks, you know, that the city will prosper out of our bones.
Yeah.
Because Esau knows, man. Esau knows that we are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father.
Exactly.
So they, in the back of their mind, they think, okay, if we build the city on their bones, it will prosper. It will be a prosperous city, you know.
They know the scriptures, man. Yeah. You know, when Joseph was in Egypt, Egypt prospered, man. When Jacob was living with his uncle Laban, and he was working for his uncle, basically his uncle was prosperous, man, concerning all the things, all the cattle, you know, the multiplying of the food and you know, the crops. So they know that. So but what they do is they basically slaughter us, murder us, and build their city upon us, man. So it says, woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery. Exactly, slavery, you know, the robbing of a person, you know. Let me see if I can grab that scripture.
And it says the lies, it's full of lies and robberies. So how did they get America, man? How did this white cracker, this devil, conquered America, man? By lies, man.
Yeah.
You know, by deceiving these native Indians, man. You know, with that snake tongue. You know, words smooth as butter. But in the end, they will draw knives, man. They will draw, you know,
draw swords.
Swords, man. And murder off these native Indians, you know.
Exactly. So it says, Exodus chapter 21 and 16, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. You know, and that's what this city, which represents America, has done, man. Robbing people and selling them, you know. It was no actual slavery, aka servitude, because back in the days when you basically had a debt towards somebody and you was not able to pay it, eventually you could basically give yourself up as a servant to be which a slave is basically a servant. You could hand yourself over to be a servant to pay off your debts, man. But that never occurred towards us, towards the so-called white man. They just grabbed us, man. But also because there's also a reason for that. But they still did it, man. So the scriptures say, he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So that's gonna happen in the near future, man. You know. So reading on in Nahum, it says, the prey departed not. Verse 2. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and the jumping chariots. This represents this noise that you always hear in the cities, man. You know, the jumping chariots represent these ambulances, these cops always, you know, the sirens. When you watch the apostles of GMS in New York, you know, they always have to, you know, when the ambulance or when the cops come by with the loud sirens, they always gotta wait a little bit because it's confusion, man. It's confusion, and those are the jumping chariots, the prancing horses. You know, it's always chaos. It's always that chaos going on, man. Always the cops racing through the streets because you know, Jake is going wild, shooting each other instead of shooting the cops, and all kinds of things, man.
And Babylon is confusion.
Exactly.
And what they the sound frequency, what they put in these sirens, man, hey, it will make you bug out, man. It will make you crazy. It will confuse you literally, man.
Yeah.
You know, he's shocked. What the fuck is this? You know, it's not a normal sound. Man.
Exactly, it's not a normal sound. It's a sound that basically you know, wakes you up. You know, it basically makes you look like, hey, something going on. So they have a certain frequency in that sound, and you know Esau be working with those frequencies, man. I saw this experiment. They used a certain frequency on insects, I believe, and the insects became they went buck wild, man. They went crazy. So you know they finna do that, man. And if you watch this this movie Cell, it's concerning phones, and all of a sudden Esau sends out this frequency through the phones, so everyone who is calling gets the frequency in his mind, and he turns into a zombie, man. He turns into a person gone crazy, eating people and shit. So that's also a good movie to watch, man. Cell with Samuel L. Jackson. So it says, and of the jumping chariots, verse 3, the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. Exactly, and those are these military polices, man. Now it's still the police, but soon the military police is gonna be in the streets. Soon they are gonna go out and basically break into people their homes, and that's something that's being passed. When this Mayweather and Conor McGregor nonsense was going on, that's when they passed it, man. They passed a new law in America, which says without a warrant they can break into people their houses now. You know, that's what they're busy with at the moment. So
it's not about knocking on your door. Can I come in, please? I got a warrant. I got a paper here that shows that we can enter into your house. It's just kicking in your door, man.
Kick in the door, just like Biggie Smalls, man. Kick in the door, boom, boom, on the ground, bust a cap in your head, because that's what they do, man. I saw this video. I wanted to upload it on my channel, but you know they be taking down. They've been giving me strikes for copyright and shit. Wanted to bring down my channel, so I'm taking it easy with those things. But I saw this video, and a woman got arrested, an Edomite woman, and she was still in the car, and the cop came to her car, and she was scared. She was like, no, 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 and he said, just grab your wallet, it's right there on your lap. And she said, no, no, because I'm afraid you're gonna kill me. And he was like, what you talking about? He said, calm down, man. We only kill black people. That's what he said.
Hey,
he said,
what?
We only kill black people. Yeah, man. He said, calm down. We only kill black people. So, there you see, man.
The mind state. There you see the mind state, man.
That's that horseman that lifts up the sword, man. Because that's what they do. They are killing our people. They are slaughtering our people constantly. And that's why the scriptures say that the prey departed not. You know, it's constantly there, and it's rousing up more and more the more we get to the end, man. You know, so in Houston, what's happening now in Houston, you know, it's gonna rouse up Yaharatazah, and you know, it's gonna be spread throughout the whole state, man, the whole country, to basically bring in Jacob's trouble, man.
And just like they did with Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, they had martial law there too, man. So every time that like the brother said, every time that something happened, a hurricane, you know, a volcano or something, then the martial law come in, man. You know, they know it, they strategize.
Yeah, and then I also saw this clip. I don't know if it's valid or whatever, but I saw them creating. I saw Esau had a machine, and they was creating basically rain clouds, man. You saw this machine, and all of a sudden it created a big ass cloud, man. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, people speak about that, man.
Think about that too, man. Hey, when the hurricane was on New Orleans, I was thinking like, hey, this is some made shit, man. This is, you know. So I was thinking about that Esau, because it happens at places where only Jake lives, man.
Yeah.
Only Jake, man. There's no Edomite in sight.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of Jakes there.
But on the other hand, they don't give a fuck about their own people, man.
Yeah,
so they don't care if their own people is in the midst. They don't give a fuck about that. You know, population has to go down to 500 million. So they don't give a fuck if their own people go with it, because they have to, you know, they want to bring it down anyway, man. So it says, the horseman lifted up the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end to their corpses.
A multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses. That means bodies on top of bodies.
Yeah.
You know, bodies all over.
Bodies all over, man. Why? Because Jake is gonna rouse up, man. Jake is gonna rouse up after certain things happen or are gonna happen around the world, and they basically gonna stand up, man. You know, and then you have these Benjamites. They are gonna be in the front line, man, because Benjamin crazy, man. I'm telling you, Benjamin is wild, man. You know, but of course Judah also, man, because Judah is the lion, man, crouching lion, man. Judah is waiting, man, to get in it. But eventually the Most High will put the spirit on them to do so, man, because there are spirits created for vengeance. You know, and these niggas are those spirits, man, or these niggas will receive those spirits to yeah.
You see the demon in these niggas now. You know, if you look at them now, man, you see the demon in them with all guns, smoking weed, eyes all red as fuck. You know, talking about killing people.
Yeah.
So what do you think that the Most High will put if he put the spirit on these jakes, on these 2/3 jakes? Hey, to spray around. Hey, they're really gonna do it, man.
Exactly.
You know? And they think they tough. They ain't gonna back down.
Yeah.
But Esau, you know, is the man of the sword, man. You know, that's his blessing. So he ain't gonna back up neither. So
yeah, exactly. That's why you have all these Edomites gun practicing their children and stuff.
Yeah, can't.
You know, Esau is busy with that, man.
Yeah.
Jake only worries about shooting the gun, you know, sideways instead of being accurate. You know, so Jake is gonna rouse up, and Esau is gonna implement martial law in multiple places in America, man. You know, so it's starting here and there. You know, you see certain things, but that's why we bring it out, man. That's why we bring out this word, and we blow the trumpet early, man. You know, we rise up early to blow the trumpet, because you got to be warned, man. You got to be warned. The scriptures say, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be the stability of thy times, man. So what's wisdom, man? The prophecies. The prophecies is wisdom. So if we give you this wisdom beforehand, you're gonna be a little bit more stable in the times, because you know what's going on. You know what's finna happen, man. So reading again, Nahum 3:3, it says, the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, the guns, these guns. You know, soon they're gonna bring in these new martial law vehicles, which are full bulletproof, you know, with machine guns on top of it, machine guns coming out of the side. These things that you see in G.I. Joe and shit, you know, they have these things, man. They have these things. You're gonna see exoskeleton suits, you know. Yesterday, this brother from West Africa, he sent me this video about a robot that could handle a gun. It was you know, it was a simple ass robot, man. You look at it like
iRobot with the Will Smith.
Yeah, but you looked at the robot like, this is simple, man. This is like some student made it, you know, and he was handling a gun. So I told the brother, like, hey, man, basically the thing that you are seeing right now, that's nothing, man. You know, they said, Obama already said like 5-6 years ago, we are building Iron Man. Do you really think that they don't have things like that, man? And then when you look up exoskeleton suits, you see them handling like windows, heavy windows, like it is all for construction type works. But it's not for that, man. It's for killings, man. You know, so they're making all these kind of robots and robotic suits to go against Jake and to use in the time of martial law, man. You know, because you know Jake ain't finna listen to a goddamn curfew, man. You know, when you tell Jake don't come outside after 9, come on,
go
man.
outside, man.
They especially go outside, man, because you know it's being said Jake is Israel's a rebellious people, man. So you can't tell us what to do, you know. But for the brothers in the truth, just keep the curfew, just stay inside, because it's not the time for us yet to get carnal, man. So just stay inside. But like I said, some spirits are created for vengeance, and the works of the Most High need to be made manifest, man, which is death upon these 2/3, man. Killed by the sword, killed by famine, and this sword, this martial law is one of the ways, man. So it says, the horseman lifted up the bright sword and the glittering spear, these guns, these weapons, this new technology, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end to their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Exactly, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, because whatever America does, every other country does it. You know, because America is like the golden cup full of abominations. So I very often say, like, yeah, Holland is baby Babylon, but all these countries are baby Babylon, because all these countries do what America does, you know. But you know, of course, I'm looking from my point of view, which I look around me and I see baby Babylon, man. But I believe almost every European country has that feeling, man, because whatever America does, other countries follow, man. That's why she's the whore that's like a bomb. Hey, man, we have a flat tire, man. It's fucked up. She's the whore that sitteth upon the beast, man. So hey, y'all, I'm gonna make a part 2 because we're gonna have to fix this flat tire, man. Shalom.